Australia record their first victory of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, a 39-run victory over Oman. What did you make of that, Aaron Finch? Because at the start of this game, Australia looked like they could be on one of those little banana peels that you talked about.
Yeah, it was a difficult wicket, and I think that's what Australia did well, is they assessed the conditions and understood that it wasn't going to be conditions or an opposition where you can just walk out and blast it out of the park. So understanding, and that's where the experience of David Warner and Marcus Stoinis comes into it, that in batters were going to be really crucial towards the back end. And like you see so often with some associate nations, is that they put up a fight for so long, and Oman were brilliant tonight for the first 14 overs with the ball, and then it was just one little slip, fielder just a little bit too far in off the rope, cost them 6, and then Stoinis gets away, and then it turns and becomes too far gone, I think, and the pressure then built so much from Australia.
Yeah, the big Stoin unleashed, big puppy went bang,
Yep.
or in every possible way. Some brilliant fielding as well,
Yep.
you have to say. Akib Ilyas, what
What
about that catch?
That's catch of the tournament. Put your glasses down. That is catch of the tournament right there. That was unbelievable. And they were so up and about at the time. They were bowling beautifully. They were fielding beautifully. They should be really proud of the performance they put up tonight. That was a very, very good Australian cricket team, coming off a lot of confidence. World Cup winners, a lot of the players in that side, a lot of them 3-time World Cup winners now. So that was a very good performance by Oman, but the class gap was just there towards the end.
Yeah, it was. So what do Australia take away from this? There might be a little bit of concern with Mitchell Starc. He did go off, but probably for cramp.
Just cramp. It's been confirmed it was just cramp.
I've been up here waiting for you, so I didn't hear that bit.
I was on air.
I was on air. He's not tardy.
Yeah.
Definitely not tardy. So that is good news.
Yep.
But will there be any concerns with Australia about that match, or is it just okay? These were conditions. We dealt with them this way. We're still 39 runs the winners.
Yeah, I think Australia would be really happy with how that played out. It's obviously been quite a disjointed preparation for Australia with guys. I mean, it took Mitchell Starc and Glenn Maxwell 63 hours to get here. They had a lot of cancelled flights. They were back and forth from LA and New York airport trying to get flights, and the fact that they've both got through, and Mitchell Starc with just cramp, is a real positive for Australia. Marcus Stoinis' form, guys that haven't played for quite a while, Adam Zampa's execution, Nathan Ellis's execution. I think that they'll be very happy with how that went tonight.
Pat Cummins, of course, sat out.
Yep.
Mitch Marsh in charge, as
Yeah.
it always should have been. How do you reckon he went?
He went very well. Quite simply, with the ball, I think it was always 160 was going to be far too many for Oman to chase down. But at the same time, once you get early wickets, captaincy becomes a nice job to have. It's when the ball's pinging around the park that it becomes more difficult and more emotional. But overall, Mitch Marsh, outstanding. Australia, brilliant.
And Nathan Ellis as well,
Yep.
getting the run out. What did you make of his bowling? He's got one of the more unique actions in the Australian side,
Yeah,
the way he runs in.
Yeah, he does. I think his load up and everything, whatever happens at the start of the run up is quite irrelevant to what happens at the bowling crease. I thought the way that he used his slower balls, his execution under pressure, different types of slower balls. We saw the back of the hand. We saw him going pace on. We saw leg cutters, off cutters. So that's a really big positive for Australia. And I think as the tournament goes on, he'll become more and more valuable with them pace-off deliveries.
And the more we've seen at this ground, it does seem like using those cutters
Yep.
and slower balls. It's going to be about canniness rather than necessarily even for the speedsters.
Yep.
Just express pace.
Yeah, absolutely. And that will be a trend of the tournament. I think the guys who, even just subtle variations, not necessarily 140 down to 110 as a slower ball change. It's just the cutters. Josh Hazlewood's brilliant at it. He's able to execute leg cutters at will. And sometimes a 5 or 8 kilometre change is as effective as anything else.
Yeah, so it was a night when Marcus Stoinis flexed his massive biceps with the ball in hand, with the bat in hand, but a really encouraging performance for Oman.
Yeah.
And great to see that as well.
Yeah.
I think we can all celebrate that. But good for Australia as far as their Group B standings go. They'll get a nice run rate boost from that
Yeah.
as well. And we're going to see what happens next because, of course, Scotland and Namibia will be back here at Kensington Oval. Can't wait for that one either. Whatever you're doing, stay locked on.
See you there.
See you there. See you there.
Yep.
Stay locked on. Stay locked on and see you there.
Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.